Yeah, sorry about that. See, now that's all gonna get cut before the YouTube video. How's it going, everybody? I'm Eric. I'm the host of Once Upon a Game. This is a story game variety show. In
Yep.
today's episode 19 of season 4, we're playing Fall of Magic by the amazing Ross Common. Fall of Magic story game variety show, where we're gonna be sort of travelers on this journey, escorting one of the last wizards, a magus, to the land of where magic is born. I'll explain a little bit of that, like going forward here, but this game's really easy to explain. Doesn't take long. It's one of my favorite games to just relax and play and listen. It's truly a really magical game. The thing I was talking about earlier was how the physical scroll of this game is amazing. So if you ever get a chance to see the physical copy of this game, it's actually on like an interwoven parchment with this like very beautiful ink kind of styled art. Like you can see it kind of like the graphics here on screen. It looks exactly like this, the same kind of coloration, the same kind of art and style and everything like that, as well as the tokens, which are actually made out of metal and they have like this sort of like weight to them. It feels really good picking them up and moving them around. So anyways,
By the gods, that sounds
yeah,
awesome.
the next best thing though is available in the Roll20 marketplace for like less than $10, and that's what we're using today. So if you ever want to play this game on your own, you don't want to wait for a physical copy, go ahead and pick up the digital one here on Roll20. So that's a cool thing. And yeah, so before we jump in and play, and I know that we're all excited to do here for the next couple hours, let's go around and say who our players are, because this is a game just like any other game where the most important thing of this game is our input. This game cannot be played without us putting things into this game. We are the craftsmen breathing life into Pinocchio, right? Otherwise, it's just a doll and it sits there. We provide we provide the rocket fuel for this. Okay, so in order to see that, let's check out our sources of our rocket fuel. We have some new faces and old faces, so that's always fun to do. And if you never played Fall of Magic before, either here friends or brand new players who are just watching and wanting to maybe pick this up sometime at home, you pick no better time and place to learn. So yeah, let's go down the line here. Let's start with L. Hi, Al. Oh, by the way, my name's preferred pronouns. I'm he, him. Okay, sorry. I don't want to forget that. It's very important. L.
Hi. Yes, hi, I'm Elle. I use these are pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at occasional L, occasional spelled correctly, L spelled like my name, 1 E, 2 L's. And you can find the podcast that I do on iTunes at Sun City Duet, at suncityduet.com, or on Twitter at Sun City Duet. Tuesday is our upload date. Episode should be up at some point.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you. Yes, happy. Have you ever played Fall of Magic, by the way?
No.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. Zippy.
So what do I need to say?
Oh, just who are you? If people don't know who you are, what are your preferred pronouns?
Oh, okay. My name's Zippy Zippo. My preferred pronouns is he, him. I do variety gaming here on Twitch, where I play a bunch of series and kind of commentate on it. Every Monday I do MS-DOS Monday, where we are going through the good old humongous games like Pajama Sam, Freddy Fish, Spy Fox, and all that other good stuff. Spy Fox.
Oh
Spy Fox.
oh my god. Are you ever gonna okay, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm like, I got a huge wave of nostalgia about a game called The Incredible Machine. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's the whole thing about MS-DOS Mondays. If you guys have nostalgic game ideas and you watch and you message me, I'll look into it.
That and Putt Putt.
Oh, Putt Putt, definitely. We're doing all the humongous games, even Fatty Bear.
Oh boy, I gotta watch this.
So I also, every Sunday, I do a mouse guard game with Eric over on Henley's channel. I do Graham Weatherfield's over there. And that's it for a good old Zip. I am a wonderful little sweet little onion.
Yes. Little scallion. Golden H, welcome back. Good to see you.
Yeah, I've been busy. So I'm GMing Nobilis, where players are trying to resurrect God. I'm about to start a game of Burning Wheel, where we're just going to chill out on a farm, which Eric's made the amazing overlays for. So thank you, Eric. And in a week or two, I'm going to start something new. I'm going to start trying to stream from real life with real life people in one location. So we're gonna see how that goes.
He's going to be the Michael Moore of Twitch.
Yeah.
The budget Michael Moore of Twitch.
Well, yeah. The very very cool. Yeah. So that's but another thing. Yeah, I make overlays. If that's something you're interested in, hit me up on Discord because I like making overlays. So, but last but not certainly not least, our friends from the Austral locations. Ryan, what's up?
Hello, I am back. Yes. So yeah, my name's Ryan or Morton on the Discord. I legitimately do nothing outside of I'm right now trying to make a game. Whereas when you have university to do, so that's good to know. But whatever.
Okay.
I don't do much. It's just a case of I go to university. I somewhat work on my thing. I am a nerd who likes stuff, and I'm here to enjoy playing for Magic.
Excellent. Cool. Yes. So we're playing Fall of Magic. That's what we're gonna do today. And but the meta rule, of course, before any other rules are said, this rule trumps everything else, is the X card, right? So like we are humans playing a game, and that's the most important thing to remember. If there's a time when things are super uncomfortable, either feel free to speak up. Feel free to private message me if you don't feel comfortable speaking up about it. Or kind of like just doing like a symbol like this for an X. It's your get out of jail, or it's your fire extinguisher. And of course that's the weapon of last resort. We can always just be like, hey, can we and scene there, that kind of stuff, right? Or also like don't forget, try to remember everyone's pronouns as well. And
by the way, I'm he, him.
Yeah. Good. And so like that's kind of everything, I think. As far as like the meta rules, and now I'm going to explain Fall of Magic. Okay. So I mean we all agree that's okay, that we're people playing a game first. Let's be considerate and listen, and we'll be able to talk about our problems. Okay, great, cool. So we're playing Fall of Magic by Ross Kalman, and rather than me explain the game real quick, I would like to nominate L. So yeah, L's pronouns are Zer, right?
Yep.
And okay, so I know in the future I'm going to include a little thing on the overlay so we have that stuff, right? But anyways, I would like to actually nominate L here to read the prompt for Fall of Magic. It's the red letters underneath the amazing little Ivy logo for Fall of Magic, and this is kind of sums up the game and what we're doing.
Let me scroll over there. Okay. Magic is dying, and the Magus is dying with it. We travel together to the realm of Umbra, where magic was born.
Yes, and that is what we're doing today. So the way this game's going to work is that we're all going to build characters. And the way we build characters like this game is really we're going to be picking one of these names. You just go down this thing vertically. You pick a name from here. You choose one of these titles. So you could be like the Golem of Ravenhall or the Swineherd of Barleytown. And then you're going to pick one of these tokens up top. And there's 10 tokens. It's technically 5 with 2 different sides. And we're all going to pick one of these sides of these tokens. And then we're going to choose one for the Magus. The way this game is played is once we've made our characters, we're going to take turns framing scenes. So I'm going to grab a couple tokens here to give you an example. And we're going to be traveling down this dotted line. And you can see there's going to be choices to be made about kind of where to go on this map. But the first ones are kind of here. And to give you an idea of how this game is played, is that if I was this tree token, I would go and place it at the menagerie. And then I would make a scene about my character at the menagerie. I could ask for other people to be in the scene or to play other random characters, maybe not their character yet. And the goal is that I'm trying to use the prompt they give here. The prompt's in blacks, the scene places in red, right? The menagerie, and then the last time you saw real magic. And so I would explain like a scene where the last time I saw real magic. It could be you have the ability here to be like, flash forwards, back. You can do all that kind of stuff. It's very open to you. If you go to a spot, someone else can go there too and do a scene. Once again, because of the magic of time, that other person who's there may not actually be there, or you might want to follow up on like right in the dovetail of someone else's scene. That's totally cool. And then once everyone has gone, right, and instead of doing an order of like I go, then L goes, and Zippy goes, and Golden Age goes, it's that if you haven't done a scene yet, your token will still be in the middle of Ravenhall, and then you bring it out somewhere. And then once everyone is gone, someone has the opportunity of, rather than doing a new scene, they move the Magus, right, or the Magus. And when they move the Magus, They go to the next zone. They have the choice if it's like a splitting path. They choose which one they go to, and you do a scene as the Magus going somewhere. So, for example, the next zone is the Oak Hills, and you do a scene as the Magus about the ending of summer. This game, as the journey will tell us, is that the journey is more important necessarily than the destination. We're going to figure out why we're doing this. We're going to be figuring out, what's going on. Why is the world ending? Why do we have to return the Magus to where the land is born? And all that kind of stuff will happen. Okay, and that's it. That's the game. Okay, so let's get ready to rumble. Hopefully during that explanation, maybe you had a chance to look over some of the names and titles. And since I'm facilitator, I'll go last here, and I want to just kind of hear what people are thinking in terms of a name and title and stuff.
Okay, first of all, I would really like the name Justice. I really like the sound of it. So I am Justice.
And so it was. And who is our Justice?
There's quite a few. There's quite a few options of here. I am tempted between Scholar or Apprentice. Anyone else interested in either one of those two? Or
you're going first, man. So just pick the one you
want.
I
just wanted to make sure that nobody else was interested in any one of those before I chose, because I was deciding between the two.
Yes. I think
overall I'm going to choose the Scholar.
Okay. So Justice, the Scholar of Astalia.
Okay. So I just grab a piece up here. One of these.
Yep. You're gonna grab one of those 10 icons up there, and while you're doing that, we can start picking some stuff. Yes. Mara Dean in chat is Crab Singer. Do I want to know what that is? Yes. Everyone wants to know what the Crab Singer is. It's one of those words that Ross made up that everyone looks at and goes, "What?" Yeah.
Yeah. So I can just choose one of these places. So I can just choose one of these any places to go to.
And then once you grab it, go and put your token in Ravenhall.
Ravenhall, got it.
And then someone else can go.
Let's see. I am going to be. Who am I going to be? I'm going to be Kabu, Golem of Stormguard.
Well, okay, that's important. It's you don't get the choice of it being in red. It's of Ravenhall.
So I'm going to be Stormguard of Ravenhall. Let's do it.
No,
Golem of yeah. We'll do that.
Yeah, the three are linked to where they are.
There we go. Good. Drop that. Wait, is that the Magus token that I just took? Yeah.
No, we haven't chose what the Magus one is yet. I just grabbed one arbitrary for the example. You're fine. Since everybody has access to the tokens, once you grab a token, can you actually type in and edit it to put your name in as the token? Like name, comma of whatever, and then hit and click show nameplate, and then you'll be able to see it. And then this way people at home can see along with who's what. Cool. Golden Age or L, would one of you like to go next?
I'll go. I'll be River Fugitive of Stormguard. And let me pick this.
Okay. So how exactly do you change it again? I'm just trying to work it out.
If you double click the token,
yes,
it should bring up an edit token window.
Yep.
And then there's a little name field there.
Yeah.
And you type in the name, and then you click a little icon that says show nameplate. And then you hit save, and then you'll see that the name shows up underneath the screen there.
Okay, so I didn't actually get to see that part. So where exactly is that part where it goes shows?
I don't have a thing that says show nameplate.
Same.
Yeah, neither do I.
Oh, that might just be one of those fancy schmancy GM things. My bad, guys. I thought everyone could see that because I'm a dumb. There you go. Cool. So everyone's there is shown. Golden, would you like to go? And I'll go last.
Sure. I don't think we have a Barley Town, so I'll be the hero of Barley Town.
Well, this might be the first game I finally get to do it. I'm going to be the Crab Singer.
Nice.
I just got to come up with a good name. Fawn. I'm Fawn. And that's all we know about our characters right now.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just making mine. Crabsinger, Vistalia. All of these places are places on the map, by the way.
Mhm.
And then the last thing to do is that we have to pick a token to represent the Magus. Or I call it Magus, but Magus is fine too. Whatever. Is there a preference?
I prefer Magnus personally, but I don't care particularly care.
Well,
too
there's
much.
no N in it. I mean, Magus Magus. It's potato.
I know. Okay, that's fine. And then maybe let's just interchange it whenever we feel like. That's fine.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
So to help me out, Lout, if you all changed your name in Zoom to be your game name as well.
Oh well.
And you can do that by hitting the triple dots in the top right of your screen. Press rename.
Ah, that's where you do. Or you could just change it in Roll20. That works too.
No.
Okay.
Just
Ace pronounces it Magus. Oh yeah, like Latin, like super Latin.
Mhm.
That makes sense. Cool. So one of these 5 tokens want to be our Magus?
Hmm.
Or Magus?
I personally really like the look of
The river?
Yeah, the river looks quite cool. But
Okay.
I was also thinking, I think the sword would also look cool. One of these two, personally. But
I like the tree of life right here.
I like
Little
the
Yggdrasil.
other tree.
The tree of death?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the death tree.
Okay, so it's just so it's clear every token's on the table. Okay.
I don't want to see
do you guys
chicken.
mind? Do you mind if I just like speed it up and just roll a d5 and that's
Go
what
for
it
Yeah,
is?
yeah, that's fine.
All the tokens are amazing.
The river it is. Randomness has
Cool.
decided it is the river.
Perfect. I like the river.
Awesome. Okay, so now we are ready to begin play. Like I said earlier, all of us are going to be moving our tokens to one of these 5 different prompts and creating and setting a scene. A scene typically can be either a single person scene, like a dictated scene, or you could do a scene and like ask for people to volunteer to roleplay with you, and all that kind of stuff. The last thing I didn't describe yet is like, for example, the rose gardens. There's some traits here, and you might be wondering, well, what the heck? How do you have to make a scene with all 3 of those traits? No. What happens with the rose garden is that you just create a scene, and the prompt is that at the end of the scene, you gain one of those traits. What do those traits mean? It's up to you. How do you get them? Up to you in the rose gardens. But that's what you do. You would go to the rose garden, and then you would do a scene. At the end, your character becomes beautiful, legendary, or fierce, mechanically. Okay?
I'm just going to ask. You said there's 5. I can only see 4 for favorite. 4.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I said the 5. I'm sorry. The 5 of us that go.
okay, sorry, my mistake.
No problem. There's no hidden prompt. That's a good question.
We can all go to the
Yeah.
same place. That's
Yes,
a
we
mistake.
can. Yep.
Yeah.
So would it be comfortable? Would it make everyone more comfortable if I go first to kind of like show an example of how to do it, or does someone feel brave and emboldened to try, or someone else who's already played this game before would like to lead an example?
I am super brave. New guy to the table. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go to the rose gardens. Little Kabu.
Yes.
All right. So when I think of a golem, I think of a being like Shale from Dragon Age, like a big hulking, moving, maybe not like a mountain, but like a boulder kind of deal, kind of like Rockbiter from Neverending Story. So I believe Kabu, though he was created from magic, loves roses. He loves tending the roses. He loves just kind of moving about the rose garden, pruning the thorns, because he can't be pricked by the thorns and stuff. He loves picking roses and turning them into wonderful like arrangements, despite the fact that he's a horrifying golem that looks like he could just smash somebody with one of his hands.
You're like what, like 10, 15, 20 feet tall? You know, like you're like a giant rock mountain
Yeah,
of a
yeah,
creature. Okay.
yeah. So he picks up a rose bush, and that's just like a rose to him, and he's just like he's rearranging the entire garden. He's and visitors to Ravenhall mistake him for being a statue because he'll just stand in one place for so long, just rearranging, and everyone always talks about the fabled moving statue of Ravenhall because it's always in a different place every time they look. They don't realize that he is a sentient golem. He's self-aware. He knows he has a purpose, but he just loves the flowers.
Uh-huh.
And I will invite other people to come join in with me if they so choose.
No, I think that would probably be your scene there. It's like I think you would ask people to come in like as part of like setting up the scene or whatever. So
okay.
Yeah, so that's what we see. I'm also doing that because like I know you can play this game. You could for what it's worth, this game doesn't tell you that you can't do this, right? You totally could do it that way. It's only that we also have 5 players and we have a huge map in a couple hours. Like, so I want to like also
let's do
push
it.
This
yeah,
stuff, you know what I mean? Cool. So thank you for that. I'm gonna go next, only because I have a cute little scene I want to do. So I'm once again Fawn, the crab singer of Astalia. Fawn is like a 16-year-old, 17, 18-year-old girl, very bronze skin, dark brown hair, wearing only like sacks and like nets material, as well as sort of like one of those like shoulder blades made out of like a crustacean, right? Like a barnacled shell. And I see the golem in tending to the garden, and I confidently stride up to the golem and I say, "Excuse me."
Yes.
You're the Magus's great creation, are you not?
I wouldn't say great, but I am a creation of sorts.
Good. I've been told that you would be the one to ask about the prettiest flower in the garden.
Ah, yes. I know the greatest flower. It is over there. It is the white rose. I dare not pick it because it is the only white rose in this
Sweet, thank you. And
garden.
like, I think there's this point where you keep talking and doing this thing, and I've just zipped by and grabbed that rose already. Like, you know, like you close your eyes doing it and you open it, and I'm just gone.
Oh, yeah. Damn it.
Yeah. And the last thing we see in the scene is that, yes, this would be perfect. I think he would like this a lot. Okay. And so clearly I picked it for somebody, and I'm going to get fierce from this. Or no, legendary. I'm getting legendary because I'm the one who picked the white rose. Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna do the bridge.
Sure.
Move over there. So River has basically just kind of arrived in Ravenhall as a fugitive, and isn't super sure if people are following them. Has kind of been having a rough time of it, and kind of like sits down next to the riverbank to like wash their face of dirt and travel grime, and takes out a knife and cuts their hair so that it is harder for people to recognize them.
Oh. Yeah, going a little incognito.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. Would Caspian or Justice like to go?
Yeah, I also want to go to the Rose Garden. So Caspian, Caspian is also. I don't think we've been assigning attributes for going to the Rose Garden.
Yeah.
You guys want to do that first?
I did. I grabbed legendary for picking the rose.
So
Okay.
when you grab legendary, nobody else can grab legendary, correct? It's like off the table.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no! I'm sorry. No, anyone can grab it as well.
Oh.
So you can also grab legendary if you're the historical goal.
I will
statue.
grab legendary because I am the legendary moving statue of Ravenhall.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I think Caspian is at the Rose Garden. The city of Barleytown has purchased them a ticket to see Ravenhall because they're going to install a statue of the hero here, and I get to see that statue of myself. So Caspian is wandering the Rose Garden, looking at all the historical monuments there are. Do they meet anybody along the way?
Is one of those historical monuments the Column?
Sure, yeah.
Good. Cool. I'll come in next because I have something I want to do here too. But go ahead.
Go for it.
No. It'd be better if you do it first.
So Caspian wanders up to this giant golem and thinks it's just a statue, like looking for a plaque of some kind to explain what is this commemorating.
This plaque is to commemorate the great Battle of Barleytown. Soon there will be a statue commissioned here, but for now, this is where I sit.
Caspian gets a little shocked, like, you speak?
So do you.
Wow. I suppose you have a point there.
As do you. Not many rocks speak, but those infused with magical properties can gain sentience. My name is Kabu.
I'm Caspian.
Pleasure to meet you, Caspian.
So I put out my hand to shake the giant's hand.
My giant rock hand grasps your tiny hand with a light little grasp, and he shakes it.
Nice. Is it gentle or is it?
Oh, it's gentle. He tries to be as gentle as he can, because the last time he shook somebody's hand, he ripped somebody's arm off.
Don't worry, Caspian's arm is like covered in padded armor, and it'd be tough to rip off.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's good for me. Unless somebody else wants to show up,
I personally don't want to show up, but I got a different scene if you.
go for it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll take.
I'm sorry, but I did have one thing I wanted to add. I'm sorry, Justice, for that scene.
Sorry,
just real
it's
quick. You see me, while I was bold and like brazen about grabbing that flower, I'm clearly like looking at you, Caspian. Like, I am terrified of actually going through with my plan of showing this flower to you, right?
Oh, okay.
So you just see me like slurking off to the side.
I think Caspian is confused by this because Caspian's not used to being a hero yet, and he goes to chase after the young girl.
I don't flee when you come at me.
Okay,
But,
so it's maybe like not a full-out run. It was like a little jog.
Yeah, you just come over with me. But you clearly saw the rose that I had that I hide behind my back very quickly. And I say, "Oh, hi, Caspian."
Oh, you know of me, of my tale. Does everybody in town know what I did?
I do not.
Besides old Rocky here, you're quite the talk in my sides of Estalia.
well,
Gee, everyone's heard of your stories, Caspian.
the Caspian like tries to stand up straight and look impressive and worthy of all this attention. Well,
Look,
I'll try and live up to them.
Yeah, and like I know this isn't really like a good compensation based on everything you've done and all, but well, there's kind of this really pretty flower here, and I thought maybe you should have it. I mean I plucked it for you or whatever, but like here you go. Like I'm like really trying to like nonchalant. This is me flirting with you, okay? Like my character doesn't know how to flirt.
Are you like old enough to flirt or not?
Yeah, I mean how old are you? I'm like 17 or 18. Like I'm old enough.
Sure, okay.
Whatever,
that's fine.
whatever we want to make it mentally, I'm old enough.
Sure, say I'm 20.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I just got this for you or whatever. It's no big deal. It was a really, really, really big deal for me to do it, right? But like, I'm just saying, like, yeah, this is.
So Caspian takes
like,
the flower.
I use my other hand to like steady my hand that's shaking as I'm handing it to you. You know what I mean? Like it's like very like clear and
yeah. So I take it with
it's like, well, I gotta
hands.
go, and I just went off.
Oh, okay. So you just slipped through my hands.
Yeah.
And do you leave the flower or not?
Oh yeah, because as soon as you came to me and approached to try to grab it, I like too much, gotta go.
Sure.
And I just ran off.
I feel Kabu would notice this exchange of the white rose, and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, such beauty."
So Caspian smells the rose.
He kind of gets upset, and he just like stands up, and that's all he does.
Well, my counter is there, and he's just writing a quick note in his notebook and just walking out, completely blank-faced. Okay. I personally would like a scene at the scrying pool, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Question: are you on flashbacks?
Yeah, you can do flashbacks.
Cool. No, I won't do one. My character enters the scrying pool area. He is currently wearing a long blue and red robe that even has a little bit of a trail, and it's tied around his shoulders and everything. And it's clear from it that he is a person of some wealth, but not extreme wealth. And put it that way, it's not the nicest material. On the one arm, he has five books, just doing this. In the other, he has another notebook, and he's writing with one hand like this. And he's just muttering to himself, going, and he's just going, "I gotta get prepared. I gotta get prepared." And that's when he sees the Magnus. I assume I can do that, by the way. Yeah. Okay. The Magnus, and I go, "Sir, so just to we got food, blah, blah, food, clothing," and he just goes through a huge list of things they need, including about 500 books, which is just like, we don't need that. Sorry, I made a mistake there, and he's just like, Magnus asks him, "Tell me again why you're coming with me." It's clear that he does not want him to come along. Simple. You need me to gather the knowledge. I'm one of the best knowledge gatherers in the land, even possibly greater than you at that. I have knowledge of many different areas. I'm the scholar. And I want to see your magic. I want to see how it works. I've never been able to understand it, and I will get to understand it. And the Magnus just sort of smiles slightly in there and going, "We'll see about that." And scene there.
Nice. Cool.
Thank you.
So now we have all gone. We can continue to moving our token around or keeping it the same place and doing another scene. That's totally possible. But now it's also the option of moving the Magus on the table now. Because of that, because you don't have a say of... Sorry, it's like a quick little like way to play this game. I think would be important because once again, we have 5 people. When you're ready to move the Magus, do it. Don't ask for permission. Just do it.
Okay.
So that forces everyone else to realize that we're on a clock. Do the scene that you really want to do, and then you go to the next place. Don't try to wait and like bide your time. All right, and then we can go.
Okay.
Not saying we're gonna push to the next one, but it's a good way to play this game.
I personally like the idea of just moving on. I just want to make sure that's okay with
Sure.
everyone.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Just move the Magus. Boom. To Oak Hills.
To the Oak Hills, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Cool. Yeah.
And we take all the pieces to the Oak Hills, correct?
Yeah, like you just move them off to the side or like off the table, and then then when like in a place where we know that they're not set to one of the little zones of the place is basically what I do.
I said let's move it up, like just right above the map.
Yeah, works for me. Okay, so can you say what the prompt is?
Yes, of course. The prompt is the ending of summer.
Okay.
The Oak Hills, the ending of summer.
Mm-hmm. So you just do a scene as the
Do
Magus. Yeah.
The Magnus. So Magnus is traveling along the road. Behind him, the motley crew of people who followed him for some reason. Who he still was unsure about some of them. He knows why Cabu is coming because he's Cabu, one of his most faithful and kind servants.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, Caspian makes sense, and River also makes the deal sense. The big one is Justice. He has no idea why he's coming, but as well as a huge trundle of bookers coming along, while carried by and he's just the Magnus is just going. Is just cooling himself down, using some powers while everybody else heats up. They go up the hill, look down, and when he looks back, he suddenly realizes, "Oh yeah, I forgot about these people get hot." And he quickly starts extending his magic to help cool them down. And I think that'd be where the end scene ends. The trees are full of blossoms and fruit actually, and yeah, and the hot summer sun is doing it. It's hot on the trail, and you can easily tell that summer is coming to an end. Most of the trees are starting to lose their leaves now. That on the ground there is golden leaves all along the trail. Most trees still have huge green leaves on it, but it's clear to tell that summer is ending and autumn has come. Okay.
Cool.
I am sorry if that's horrible.
No, like that's good for me. Okay.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
So now we can just take turns doing more scenes.
Okay. So Harper's Road, Making Camp, By Firelight, and At Dawn are all part of Oak Hills, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So Kabu is gonna come over here and make camps. And to do that, Kabu walks around the forest, and he, instead of picking up twigs like other people would to build a fire, he just starts knocking down trees. He just like rips the trees out, like not like huge trees, but medium-sized ones. It makes sense that like a 20-foot golem starts ripping out at the roots, and he starts piling them up into some sort of bonfire while looking to the Magus. Master, I would really appreciate some help. I forgot how to make fire, but if you could light this for me, that would be most appreciated. Of course, Kabu. And then the mage just takes like a little bit of a fireball, throws it into the bonfire, lights it aflame, and I am going to grab kind from the attributes table.
Cool.
Nice.
Okay, I think I want to do the next scene, and I'm gonna go to fire by firelight, and obviously this is building off of you making the bonfire, and I'm sharing a snack with River.
Okay.
And can you describe for us what River looks like again, real quick?
River is like 5'7". Used to have kind of longer dark hair and now has hair that's about this length and is super messy because they cut it in front of a river with a knife. They've clearly been like recently badly sunburned. So their skin is still recovering from that.
Yeah.
And they are like sinewy.
Is there anything that's telling of you that you're from Stormguard?
I think the kind of clothing that they wear is typical of the clothing worn by people from Stormguard.
Yeah. So I have a flute that's made out of varying seashells that I like to play, and I take a guess. There's like a quiet time between our plates are like half eaten, and there's other people. We hear them, I guess, talking, and we hear Kabu dealing with talking with Caspian about something or another, and I just take a gamble here, and I start playing. Like I stop playing the song that I'm normally playing, and I start playing the anthem to Stormguards, to the royal family. What's the expression that I see on your face when I do this?
River, it takes them a moment to recognize it, and when they do, their faces just completely like closes off. They just kind of go, and they turn away from Fawn.
And I think I stop playing, and I say, "I'm sorry. Did I offend you?" Like sincere. Like I didn't do that to like. I thought you were from Storm. I thought it would be good to hear the Queen's anthem. I mean, you're dressed like you're from Stormguard and all.
I'm from Stormguard. That does not mean that I wish to hear the anthem of the Queen.
Oh.
Not in this place. Not like this.
Oh, I know some other songs. What would you like to hear? Let me make it up to you.
Do you know any sea shanties?
I have a really wry smile when you say when you say that. I say a couple, but I put down this flute and I bring out a different flute. It's like an ocarina, but it's actually a shell of a crayfish or like a tiny lobster, right? Like when they molts. I feel like we have some sort of thing where it looks like a flute, and I can play it like a flute, and I play that instead, and and I play a sea shanty about children who were playing near the shore, and there was a flood, and they all had to rush up to some kind of like high ground thing, and they all had to like sing on top of this like giant large I think they're on top. Oh, I think it's the children on top of the steeple, and they had to like go to the roof of the church to like describe the sea shanty, and it's like and something like it goes back to it's like and we all rise up to the steeple, and it's back and forth in this thing, something with people and steeple and steeple. So yeah, it's this very like classic like children-y kind of rhyme, and yeah, it's like it's a foot tapper. It's good.
Yeah,
and I think maybe do other people join in as well as I play that.
Kabu, here's the sea shanty as well as a golem with no ears can, and he begins to do a little bit of a jig, like over by the fire, but he thinks he's cutting a rug, but what he's actually doing is causing the entire grounds to shake.
Of course.
Man, that is a catchy tune.
In case you're wondering, my character is up in a tree, desperately holding a tree because I was up there just enjoying the view while I was writing in the book, and I was desperately holding onto it when the ground started shaking, and I was going, yes, that's a catchy tune. Maybe next time do it about a mile away or something.
Sorry.
It's okay, Kabu. It's fine. And I start heading down and going.
I like to build
it
off
is
it.
A nice tune, though.
So I think Caspian hears this. Is like laying, next to the fire, and when the giant starts thumping on the ground, he hears something, and gets up and listening to the pounding on the ground, they stamp their own foot and goes to the fire and goes and walks around the camp, comes back to the fire, picks up some of burning leaves and sticks, and goes over and sticks it in this hole in the ground. And a few minutes later, we all hear this giant roaring emanating from underneath the camp. And coming from their hole in the opposite direction, this enormous badger appears.
Like how enormous?
Like 5-6 feet tall badger.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty big. It just pops out of the ground right near the camp. And Caspian fights the badger. They are victorious, and then they take the badger and skin it, and we all eat roast badger. And I'll take cunning.
I feel like Caspian would offer like a piece of the roast badger to Kabu. No. I am a vegetarian.
You eat it all?
No, if he does put anything in his mouth, it's probably roses. Like the bad roses.
The bad roses. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
I'd like to do at dawn. Who wakes up earliest?
I do. Kabu does, because Kabu probably doesn't sleep.
Yeah, Kabu wins in that remark.
Okay. I think River wakes up fairly early and wakes up and kind of does some stretching and makes some tea and just kind of sits and enjoys the quiet and kind of looks at Kabu and says, I'm sure the answer is no, but would you like some tea?
I like some tea. I would love some tea. What kind of tea is it?
It is herbal tea. It is
herbal tea. I love herbal tea. I will have and he goes and he pulls out like a big cauldron, but it's like a cup to him, and he puts it right in front. Just a little bit, just enough to fill the bottom.
And River just pours in some hot water and then just kind of dumps a handful of tea leaves in there.
Kabu's like, thank you. I love what you've done with your hair. And he takes a sip. And when he just takes a sip, a lot of the fluid just comes out of a corner of his mouth and just dribbles down his body. Now that is good tea.
Yeah.
Perfect. Cool.
Okay. I would like to do a scene at dawn in the morning as well. Soon after that scene, I imagine, River, you're going to sort of just head off into the forest for a little bit just to go and see if you can find any more supplies. Am I correct in assuming that?
River's been sticking a little bit close to camp.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, for me,
you could technically send Kabu out to do it because that's what he's there for.
Yeah, that's cool. So this is my morning routine. I get up at the first crack of dawn, and actually was probably up earlier than you, but I was up on a tree, and I was actually looking through the book and just looking through it slightly, looking at the previous day to commit it to memory, looking up. At the same time, I get out my small little dagger and start polishing that, just in case you're wondering, it's more of a penknife. Like a letter opener, and I just start polishing that, put it back, look over the horizon, and just start doing a rhyme of the Inalians, Inalia, and one of their greatest tenets. Knowledge is power. Power is knowledge. The difference between the two is non-existent. Magic is an outside force that is unknown. We wish to understand it, but we will never will. I have no idea if that's actually a rhyme. I have no idea.
Yeah, that sounds like a perfect tenet for Astalia. That's really good.
Yeah, and upon that, I looked down at River and Kabu. I imagine you heading away to get more wood for the fire and everything. I looked down at River.
Another tree.
Yeah, and right your way, I sort of look down at River and go, by the way, we will have to go through your land, and I somewhat know what you did.
I am aware. Are you going to make a big deal out of it?
Not particularly. Laws are boring things.
Kabu comes back and he hears that. He looks, but doesn't magic follow laws?
Yes, but that does not mean that does not mean we do not wish to break them. And look at River and sort of give us a life smile going, and at once I just go, we'll see. I'll see to it that you go through it okay. I got some friends in quotation marks that could potentially protect you particularly, and scene.
Nice. I have a short little scene of my morning ritual.
Yeah.
I'm singing a short little love song as I go through the little creek nearby, picking up the most worn, eroded rocks from the water. I'm putting them into a little tiny little bag of mine.
I'll join at dawn.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm also definitely thinking about Caspian.
Yeah.
Kabu, who doesn't sleep, would spend the entire night grabbing the local rocks and putting them together, while taking another rock and kind of sculpting faces into the rocks. And he would sit and he would tell stories to the rocks about like the day that the moles came and attacked the rose garden, and how he fought them off valiantly by just shaking the ground and stuff. And he's like, you guys are the best friends a golem would ever ask for. Anybody who's like listening probably thinks that he's talking to them, but he's just talking to the rocks.
Nice.
Oh, they're so patient.
Patient, caring, loving.
I think I'll move the Magus.
Go for it, bro.
So we move on to the Barley Town. So the hospitality of the Barley Lord. Sorry?
I think you're good. Go for it.
Yeah, works for me.
And the group comes to the Barley Town, and the Barley Lord sends out a runner to the Magus and begs the Magus to bring his companions to the keep on the hill. And I think everyone goes except for Caspian. Caspian has to return to his duties at Barley Town. So everyone else enjoys this wonderful feast. It's actually fairly good. Like Barley Town is obviously traded with Stormguard to have some of their more exotic spices. And everyone's friendly and polite, and it's a good time. And meanwhile, Caspian is going back on guard duty at the city walls with his crew.
Nice.
Okay.
I guess I'll do a scene. Let's see. One. So let's see. I'm just trying to see what's available here.
Yeah,
so,
there's a lot of spots available at Barleytown.
Yeah. So it's all these ones here, right?
There's
Maple,
6.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
Yeah. On the other side of those hills is the Stormguard Mountains. Everything else here is Barleytown.
Some few people. Okay. I'm going to Swine Hill, a battle fought long ago. You can. Oops. Okay. I personally think I would like to take Caspian on break and take him there as well, just to get his take on it all. Is that possible?
Sure. They have to wait till Caspian's off his shift, though.
Yeah, that's fine. I will. But people is like, why are you back on shift? It's whatever. And I just ignore it, but whatever. So Caspian joins me at the Swine Hill.
Right.
We overlook a huge battle. We overlook a huge hill. And it's clear from a distance that it's been ravaged. There's some trees starting to grow back, but there's still plenty of stumps. There's hoof marks in the mud and everything, and there's like sword marks and trees that people cover. I looked at this and go, the Battle of Swine Hill, the deciding battle of the Great War, the war that decided whether or not we would be one nation or where. Is it?
Can you repeat that? You went to robot.
Okay, I'll repeat it. So what? I'll repeat it all.
No, you were at the Battle of Swine Hill, and then go on.
Yeah. Okay, by that break, I'm probably going to be moving upstairs, so it should get better internet up there, but whatever. So yeah, I was pretty much the Battle of Swine Hill. It's the battle that decided whether or not all the nations shall remain free, or whether or not we will be one nation. Storm. What's the place called again? Give me a second.
Stormguard?
Yes. Stormguard, yes, thank you. Stormguard. They nearly did it. They conquered my home. They conquered Ravenhall. They conquered a lot. Riley Town and this hill was the only race remaining. All the armies together, led by your grandfather, fought them off. What do you think he made the right call, Caspian? Did you hear me? Was that okay?
Yes, I hear you. Everything's fine.
Just making sure.
Yeah, I have a tendency to zone out and start thinking really deep thoughts. Sorry. So Caspian says, yes, of course, he made the right decision. Not for noble reasons, but for the reasons that the people of Barleytown did not want to be subjects of the Storm King. Any great man must defend the will of the people.
I know it doesn't go. Very wise words for a hero. Very, very wise words. I agree with this sentiment that it was the right call. However, let's not forget that the advantages it would brought. One nation, we all share resources. We all would be under one rule. There would be less hierarchies and there would be less diplomats. It would just be a case. The world might be more peaceful. I have no clue. It just
We share resources already through trade and through the exchange of culture.
Yes.
Were the Stormguard to rule here, it would simply be a matter of waste, as Stormguard could not anticipate the needs of Brawley Town as well as the Brawley Lord. As great as the accomplishments of all of us together might seem, there is nothing stopping a determined and wise leader from paying the price.
Indeed. Indeed. I would say, I recorded the battle. I denote my book I wrote on it is still held in a sacred place in this town.
Well, I hope you are as kind to me when you write my story.
It's going up. Judging by your remarks, you're a different man than your grandfather, but no less great. Remember that, even if you don't get to perform as great of an act. And I think that's when the scene ends. Is
Sure.
that okay, Caspian? I'm just going to ask, just to make double sure, was that okay? Like, I added that stipulation of like, oh yeah, your grandfather, defended.
Part of the story games is like.
I'm just making sure that is okay.
Okay. Yeah. No. I'm
At
glad.
least for me, it's okay.
Yeah. So I think
I'm just making sure that's okay.
Yeah. That's good. I think the best way to play this game is not to take the Mother May I approach of it's okay. I feel like you should kind of it's okay to push a little bit. That's one of the advantages of getting a scene in, is that you get to assert a little bit, and then of course the other person can bring in a scene in response, right?
Okay,
but I do appreciate the consideration. I do, of course, right?
Yeah, just it's a big part of his backstory. So like his grandfather and everything.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, totally. All right, so it's the top of the hour here, so we're going to go to our first break. We're going to come back, and we're going to continue playing some more Fall of Magic. So we'll see you guys on the other side. See you in about 6 minutes, guys.
Bye.